Hey, beautiful souls. It's time for another MOONday Monday where we talk about all the signs that the moon is going to go through this week and any other type of planetary energy that can help us adjust our love vibration from a lower vibration of fear to a higher vibration of unconditional love. And this week, we've got the sun moving into Scorpio, so happy birthday to all of you Scorpio sun babies. And then also we have a full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus at the end of the week. So a lot to talk about. Let's get into it. Well, we start the week flowing in with the moon in Aquarius. And if you want to know about those energies, check out last week's MOONday Monday, and it'll tell you all about the Aquarius moon and what you can do with that energies. But Monday, on October 23rd at 12:21 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the sun moves into Scorpio. So happy Scorpio season. And like I said, happy birthday to all of you Scorpio sun babies. You could check out the last picket card reading. There's a special bonus reading in there for all of you Scorpio sun babies that gives you a 3-month forecast. I'll have that linked in the description box of the video down below for your convenience. And I've also included here a screenshot of some of the more common energies and characteristics of Scorpio that will be influencing you through the sun sign for about a month, from October 23rd to around November 22nd, 23rd, around there. All of these areas can be impacting us during this period, so shared finances and resources, whether that's family and marital, or if you have loans and credit, taxes, government funds, any kind of financial programs. Those are shared finances with other individuals. Could be in investments, winnings, gifts. So a great time maybe to win Powerball. Also, karma and family patterns are brought up and looked at. Our intimate relationships are a focal point. And Scorpios love the psychological and other studies that have to do with esoteric things and mysteries. So diving into hidden knowledge and secrets are there. You can also, of course, go into the, being suspicious of others and that type of thing. But we can use this energy for the positive, higher vibrational things rather than lower vibrational things, because whatever we focus on is what we attract. So it's a great time for shadow work. We can use that energy for that. And as it says, transformation of charged emotions, resentments, and that can involve forgiveness and a rebirth that happens because of all that. It's a great time for self-empowerment because we can manage our power. Our obsessions and our addictions will come to the surface for us to look at, and awareness of how others are using their power. Scorpio rules over the rectum, the colon, the bladder, other organs of elimination, and the sexual organs. So it is a time to focus on that energy in positive ways for all those areas during this time. Then on Tuesday, October 24th at 4:33 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the moon goes into the sign of Pisces. A watery moon, so it's definitely going to, impact our emotions in a higher way. But this is when the moon slips into sleep, meditation, prayer, and like the drugs or alcohol. So that with the addictions coming up, with the sun in Scorpio, that can definitely bring it into our face, anything that we could be, challenged with regarding those areas. But we often crave to induce trance-like states that allow us to escape from the harshness of reality. So now is when we're most susceptible to emotional assaults of any kind, because we're feeling dreamy, we're feeling nostalgic and wistful and impressionable. It's also, though, when we're at our most spiritual, when our boundaries are at their lowest, the veil is very thin, so we can have great amount of compassion. Our intuition is at its heightened state, and we're sensitive to those less fortunate around us. So it's a time to attend a spiritual group, a religious gathering, or deep dive into anything spiritual that we want to study or understand. And then on Thursday, October 26th at 6:02 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the moon does move over into Aries. So we start right back at the beginning of the zodiac to make our way back through it once again. So the moon in Aries is bold, it's impulsive, and very energetic. It's a period when we can feel a little bit feisty, maybe a little bit argumentative. And this is when even the meekest of us aren't afraid to take a stand to protect our personal feelings. And since Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, it's a natural starting point for all kinds of projects. And it's a great time to channel all of that me first energy to initiate change and new beginnings. Just watch out for a tendency to be too impulsive and stress-oriented. And then on Saturday, we get a big event that's happening. First of all, we move into the moon being in Taurus on Saturday, October 28th at 7:44 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, the moon in Taurus is the lady at her most solid and sensual, feeling secure and well-rooted. It has a lot of that earth energy with that Taurus, ruled by Venus, of course. And there's no need to stress or hurry, and definitely there's no need to change anything. We tend to resist change when the moon is in this sign, especially change that's not of our own making. We'd rather sit still, have a wonderful dinner, listen to good music, appreciate the beauty of the earth, watch a sunset, view some lovely art, or take care of money and other resources. Those are all sorts of Taurus moon activities. And in addition to it being in the Taurus sign, we also have a full moon that hits us on Saturday at 4:24 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's when this Taurus moon is going to be at its fullest. And it encourages us to use that energy for unveiling things and letting go things, having some sort of ceremony. The energy is its most powerful within the 8 hours before the full moon. So if we do any kind of release ceremony, we can do that before that time, maybe picking 10 things that have to do with that Taurus energy, which I've included here in a screenshot that shows all of the Taurus characteristics, or the most common ones. So anything that can be unveiled and let go during this period, it's most powerful if we use the characteristics of the sign that the full moon is in as well. You can list up to 10 items that you'd like to release per each of the full moons, and handwriting it out each time also helps with the release. Saying it out loud as you're writing it down is great. I like to approach it with a sense of gratitude because that always adds extra zing to those releasing of those things. Like saying thank you for unveiling and helping me let go of the blocks that stand between me and then whatever thing you're looking at releasing. Experience those in your heart. Like, what would it feel like after I release that thing? And even picture what it would look like in your mind's eye. And then add into all that energy that we're going to have a lunar eclipse also on Saturday. It'll be around 1:55 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Before the full moon is at its fullest, you'll start to see the shadow of the Earth move across the moon, because the lunar eclipse is when the Earth gets in between the moon and the sun. So the Earth's shadow is what shadows over top of the full moon. So you'll start to see it shade over it during that time. And, of course, Google it or search it on the internet to see for your area when you'll see it in your time zone. Because, of course, it being in the afternoon in the United States, you may not see the moon at its fullest and see it as dramatic as others that are going to be when it's happening, of course, in the nighttime. Eclipses, both the new moon and the full moon eclipses, can increase power. They bring intersections and unexpected transformations into our life, where the full moon lunar eclipse brings major attention to people and circumstances, things coming to fruition, accomplishments, endings. That's what the full moon energy does. And it can often bring dramatic, even non-negotiable endings. New moon lunar eclipse that we had a couple weeks ago is all about new beginnings and birthing of things, but the full moon is when we start to let go of things and we are releasing things from our lives. So it's a great time here. It's going to be impacting us, both of the solar and the lunar eclipses, for about 6 months. So if you want to check out of course, the solar eclipse, the playlist is at the end of this video. You can check out the MOONday Monday from a couple weeks ago. But I have all of that information on how to make the most of eclipse energies as well. I'll link it down below in the description box of the video as well. All right, that's it for this week. So hopefully all that information helps you have the most amazing week of unconditional love energy. And remember that every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things. And of course, I love you too. So until we chat again, much love to you. You hang in there and you take care.